Today, we're not just going to talk about writing a research paper, we're going to build the blueprint for a perfect one, piece by piece, so your hard work gets the impact it really deserves.
So let's start with a crucial reality check that pretty much every researcher faces. So many fantastic ideas, truly brilliant insights. They just end up getting rejected. Why? Well, it's usually not because the science is bad, but because the package, the structure itself is broken. And if it's confusing, reviewers and editors just can't see the amazing value that you're offering.
You know, the answer isn't some secret formula. It's just a solid, reliable blueprint. It's kind of like building a house, right? You need a plan before you start laying any bricks. So let's walk through exactly how to construct your paper for maximum clarity, logic, and maximum impact.
We're going to begin at the very front door of your research, the parts that literally determine if a reader or a reviewer even bothers to step inside. This is your one shot, really, to grab their attention and convince them your work is worth their time. Okay, your title. It's the sign on that front door. It has to be specific and inviting. You want to mention your key variables and tell people exactly what they're going to find inside. Just avoid those vague phrases like a study on or stuffing it with a bunch of buzzwords that don't mean anything. Seriously, if your title is confusing, the reviewer is just going to assume the paper is too. Here's a quick test for you. Could someone in your field guess your main finding just from the title? If the answer is no, you might need to get a little more specific. Now for the abstract. I want you to think of the abstract as the perfect little architectural model of your entire project. It's not the intro, it's a miniature summary of the whole building. It has to show the problem you're tackling, how you did it, what you found, and what it all means. And you got to do all of that, usually in 250 words or less.
And here is a game-changing pro tip. Seriously, write the abstract last. You can't summarize a building that isn't even built yet, right? So write your whole paper first, get it all down, then circle back and write the abstract. Trust me, it's going to be 10 times easier and 100 times more accurate.
Your introduction. This is where you lay the foundation. The best way to think about it is like a funnel. You start broad with the general background, then you slowly narrow down to the specific problem, and finally, you point to a very clear gap in what we already know. This is your why. Why does this research need to even exist? Your intro has to answer that question, and it has to answer it decisively.
All right, let's move on to the structural framework of your paper. This is where you really build up your credibility and show the reviewer that, hey, your work is standing on some very solid ground.
So, the literature review. It's not just a pile of bricks, a random list of what other people have done. Its real job is to survey the entire landscape of research and show exactly where that missing piece is. And of course, your research, that's the missing piece.
Now here is probably the most important skill for a lit review. You have to connect the studies. Don't just list out summaries like Smith found this and then Jones found that. No, your job is to be the guide. You have to weave all these existing studies into one single story that leads the reader right to the gap that you are about to fill.
Your methodology section, this is the technical schematic of your whole project. It's the detailed, no-nonsense explanation of how you did what you did. You've got to detail your design, your data, your sample, every single tool and analysis method. Hey, here's a great tip. If you used a standard procedure, just cite the original method and then describe any changes you made. It saves a ton of space and shows you really know the literature.
And the golden rule here is just total transparency. If another researcher can't read your methodology and understand exactly how to replicate your study, guess what? It's not detailed enough. That level of clarity is what builds immense trust with your readers and reviewers.
Okay, the structure is built, the foundation is solid. Now it is time for the big reveal. This is where you get to tell the story of what you actually discovered inside that structure you so carefully built.
And this is probably the #1 place where researchers get stuck. You have to keep these two sections totally separate. The results section is just the facts. It's the what. You present the data, you use your tables and figures, and you do not interpret a thing. Then you get to the discussion section, and that is the so what. This is where you explain what those results actually mean, and you connect them all the way back to the research you mentioned in your literature review.
Your conclusion is the final walkthrough for your reader. You just briefly summarize your key findings, state your main contribution, and then you look to the future. And hey, acknowledge your study's limitations. It actually shows honesty and confidence. And then suggest where other researchers can go from here. And one crucial thing, never ever introduce new data or new arguments in the conclusion. No surprises, just a strong, confident finish.
So the house is built, it's furnished, but before you open the doors to the public, it's time for those final finishing touches. And these little details, they signal true professionalism.
You should never underestimate the power of your references list. Following the journal's required style guide, whether it's APA, MLA, whatever, it has to be perfect. A messy, inconsistent reference list is a huge red flag for an editor. Don't let a tiny formatting error cast doubt on all of your meticulous research.
So before you even think about hitting that submit button, do one last quality inspection. You gotta ask yourself, is the structure sound? Does my argument flow logically from one section to the next? And is every single sentence as crystal clear as it can possibly be?
So the key takeaway here is this. This blueprint isn't about following rules just for the sake of it. It's about building a vessel that's strong enough to carry your valuable ideas out into the world. A great structure honors your hard work, and it ensures your research gets the attention and respect it truly, truly deserves. So just think about that the next time you sit down to write. Are you building a structure that's a spotlight, one that's going to illuminate your amazing findings? Or is it a cage that's just going to trap them in confusion? The choice is all yours. Thanks for joining us.